Hello everyone, this is Cipher and today we're back in Rising World. And I have to say that there's an addiction that I have for this game that is very hard to explain. So, here's the plan. I'm going to continue with the series as I've been going, but we're going to start streaming another gameplay. So this is going to be a different version of this game. It'll be a different seed. It will also have things turned on that this one doesn't have turned on, just because of the fact I get to a point where I'm just spending so much time in this that I forget and lose track of time and what I've actually done. So just to give a synopsis of everything that I've done, I have now every workbench in the game. You'll see that I'm throwing some plants away, and that's just because I don't have the storage space for it. You'll also see that my bridge is gone, and I filled in the hole because we're going to be moving. We have all the stuff we require to build the boat now. So I was thinking I'm going to make a new house, or make a house at a different location. That has access to the ocean, will allow us to be able to, have fun and just be able to build a house that isn't going into the ground, and have a little bit more freedom. This way I can build out like the kitchen and so on. I don't know how it's going to look, but this is a really flat area over here. And I thought this would be probably the best place to do it. Also, I was thinking I may have, there's two boats in the game. There is the rowboat, and then there's a sailboat. And I was thinking what I'll probably do is kind of like what they do in cities. Like in Venice, which is a place I've been to before because I used to live in Italy. You had boats that would go out to your sailboat, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a dock here, and then the sailboat will be out in the water there. So we'll take the rowboat out to the sailboat, and then we'll take the sailboat and leave out into the world. But we have a lot of things we got to get done before we do that. And first things first is we're going to go ahead and set up our workbench so that we have the ability to get our crafting materials that we're going to need to make this this place. I was thinking maybe make it over there, actually. But it's really flat over here, and we can make a mine over there. I don't know. I think that's what I'll do. Or I'm looking over there, and I didn't make this drawbridge because I just wanted to see how big this thing was. Let me go ahead and put the anvil on here as well. There we go. And just to show you the drawbridge. It's a pretty big little, it's pretty big. It's hard to really see here. But it goes out pretty far. So I kind of like that, and that would allow me to, if I put it over there, and maybe have the house, I don't know. I think what we'll do is we'll just do the house over here, and then we'll have the mine. The drawbridge I just kind of made as a, hey, let's just try it out. Also, you'll see I have a lot of wood. I did a lot of wood farming. I didn't replant my trees because I didn't know where I was going to be planting, if we're even going to be staying here, because we may just take the boat and go, to be honest. But we need to still make a map, and there's a few other things I want to make. I also want to make some armor, because walking around in my skivvies isn't working very well. Whenever it rains, I get really cold and shiver, and I pretty much just have to stay in cover next to a fire the whole time. So let's go ahead and get some basic materials. I kind of like this wood and this wood. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and make, I don't know, let's say 100 of these. Yeah. Um, 90 of those. So that'll give us 180. And we'll go with blocks. And then we're going to go with back to building. We'll go with the same amount of this one as well. All right. So now then, we got to figure out how we want to, where we want this house to start. Also, what do we want the ground floor to look like? So it looks like maybe if we set up and then we go, I'm gonna go. So also something I did some testing on is the doors. The doors work on even houses instead of like odd houses. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, I think 12. So there we go. Okay. Let me go ahead and grab a tool real quick, but I forgot. Because I want to be able to flatten this so we have at least our house is all on the same level. Also, I do have a saddle, so I could be looking for a horse. That'll help us get moved around a whole lot faster as well. And right now, pretty much what I've been doing is I've been trying to get the wheat to trying to get wheat to make bread because bread seems like that would be a good resource. Also, I think I figured out how to make paper. Okay, so hear me out. Here is yarn. And the workbench is over there, so I bet you I have to use a workbench to make this. So, has to be on a workbench. Okay, so we can't do that here, but let's go ahead and pick this up. Let's just pick up all the workbenches, I guess. At least the main ones. Let me see how I'm doing on space. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pick up this as well. All right. Wow, I went through a lot of the wood that I had. And then here's the boat. So we could actually set that up. Here's our saddles. And then here's the leather. And we got some hemp as well. So that should give us all the materials we need to be able to get started. And then I have these tree types that these are to get wood specific. And then here's all my food stuff, including my apple tree seeds. so that I'll be able to do apple trees. And then here's all my wheat that I have going at the moment. We'll come back for that, and we'll probably refill this so that it's, you know, back to its previously messed with state. But let's go ahead and go back over. Oh, there was a tool I was coming over here for. I think it's this one. And then we can put that there for now. All right. Let's head back over. Horses. If we can find a horse, then we can saddle up a horse, and I'll make it a whole lot easier to be moving things around too. So I'm just gonna keep looking for horses as we move along. Goats. Not seeing any horses though. I'll have to go hunting for a horse. Horse will just make it easier moving around. Oh my god, okay, alright. Alright, I found a seam, but thankfully it allowed me to come back up. Back a long time ago, when the game first came out, I had that happen to me while I was in a cave, and I lost everything, and I had no clue how to get back to where I was, so that just freaked me out. Alright, so we are needing, I think, this. Does that go down? Or is it this one? Okay, this is the one we need. Alright, and then we're gonna keep... So this is 4. I'm one of these people. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. Why is this 13? Okay. All right. I do want this first room to be bigger, because this really doesn't look like a very big room. Also, that should be where the door goes, right there. We should be able to make a door. Fantastic. Of course it's gonna start raining. Alright, 8 iron sheets. Oh, did it just drop on the ground? It did. Okay, fantastic. Okay, we're gonna need to make some clothing here. I think I need to have the loom. Put this right here. And I think we're gonna go with fur. So we need 32 cloth. Do I have the stuff on me? I don't have the stuff on me. Of course I don't have the stuff on me. Okay, well let's go ahead and make a storage. Okay, did we make the door? Oh, we didn't make the door yet. Okay, let's put the door down. Okay. Alright, was that all of that? Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't think I was out of it yet. Okay. Okay, let's put down more benches just to get them out of my inventory, and then we're gonna go grab stuff to be able to make clothing. What else? This one right here. Alright. So the nice thing about going back to our other place is that we do have a campfire and we do have a tarp, which we are going to grab. Because we're going to need that tarp for over here. Oh, another apple tree. Alright, let's go ahead and grab... There we go. luck here. So do I have the ability to make a bed yet? Okay, I can make a bed. I believe, if I remember correctly, you're able to get records from different places, but I don't know for sure. We used to track wild animals. Alright. So I need to grab... Oh, I got the cloth. Wait a minute. Do I got the leather? I got the leather as well. What was I coming over here to get then? This was actually what I was coming over to get, I think. Alright, let's go back. I know I'm gonna have to come back anyway because I'm gonna have to get those saplings. Because I'm gonna have to make a tree farm for sure. Alright. First things first, we're gonna make this fur armor. So we need 32 cloth. Okay. Feel this is probably going to be the best for what we're needing. Okay. Okay, so it covers everything. What here, let's see what the actual stats are. Waterproof, negative stamina, but insulation is 120. That's perfect. So it actually shows protection 20, perceived temperature. There we go. All right, let's get the, oh, it's nighttime. See about making a bed. Okay, we need 32 lumber and 8 cloth. I'm gonna go ahead and make 28 cloth. Because I think cloth is what we need for how much lumber was it? It was probably 32. 32 for pretty much everything. All right, furniture, bed. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead and use my headlamp. Yeah, see, this is barely a barely big enough of a room. But for now, we'll live with what we can. There we go. All right. Let's see, what else is I gonna make here? Oh, paper. So, I think I figured it out. So the other day I was working on making flour to make bread, and I accidentally came up here and I put, and there it is. Yeah, so I just put cloth in here. Okay, and now then, we'll grind it up. Again, one of the reasons I really enjoy this game. Okay, how much cloth? I got 8 cloth left. Hey, goat. Really wish you were a horse right now. All right, now then, we take these. Or press them. Now, I believe it used to require water, and I was told that once the bucket is added back in, that you will be able to, or that you will have to have water. But for now, we just need the scraps. All right, we now have paper. So with paper, we can come to equipment and we can make a map. And I'm gonna make a calendar as well. And I need a lumber. I also need to make a watch and a compass. So might as well. I think that was a total of 4. I may be wrong. Maybe it was 6. All right. So now then, we take those. Would they put them in there? Good. So K and O. That's going to help us whenever we're working on our trip in our boat. And O tells us that it is 9 a.m. Nice. Let's come into here. Definitely going to need to make this bigger. Definitely want to make this a much bigger place. But for now, it is the 18th day of spring. All right. Kind of getting some normalcy going on. Let's make this boat. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's check out this map. Okay, so wait, is it just showing me the whole map? Okay, so there are sections here to go to desert, go to the Arctic, but I don't see anything this way or anything this way. I wonder if we're able to travel those ways. So we're here. There's where our old place was. And then visual altitude. Okay, so this is the tallest area, which means that's just right over there. All right, cool. Where we need to get that horse. All right, now then, without any more delay, let's get this boat going. I think we're gonna have to wait, and then there's that. Okay. Kind of want to have this semi in the water, right? Let's see. This is. You know what? We'll make it right here. Okay. Okay, there's a mast. We have 2 more parts. Okay, I guess we'll put this in first. Okay, that completes the boat, it looks like. And now we just add the storage. Okay, and it's putting it right in the back here. Alright, and we now have a boat. It looks like it's going to stay anchored there. But like I was saying, I kind of want to put the boat out in the middle there. And then have the rowboat go out to it. So maybe make a floating dock, if you will, where this stays, and then you row your boat out to that dock. You switch over between the two, and then yeah. How much storage does this have? Actually, not that bad. Not that bad of storage. Talking about storage. We should probably put a storage out here for the stuff that we do have. So let's take a look at furniture. I'm gonna try a barrel, I think. Maybe not a barrel. Let's see, 32 lumber, of course, is the normal. And then let's just make a barrel. All right. I might just throw all this stuff in there. I think that does for right now. I'll keep working on the house. I just don't know what kind of design I want to go with. Also, I'm kind of in the mindset of really want to go take this boat out. But there's a few more things we gotta do. We need to find a horse now. And we need to... did I put the wrong tool away? No, I got it on me. And we gotta go harvest our wheat. Because we're gonna go ahead and just completely finish what we were doing over here. And we do want to empty those two storages over there. One is completely full of food, which I think we're just going to bring the seeds. Food is kind of one of those things that you want it, but you don't need a lot of it like right away. And our wheat isn't done yet. Okay, we do want this. That's for our, for fishing. I think I'm gonna just... Now let's do this. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, it's taking forever to put down. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna put this in here, I think. Yeah, we'll have that replace some bacon. And we're gonna just throw away this bacon. I know it's a waste, but... Also, these eggs, can't really do anything with those. And this will come back for because we need all these seeds. Alright, let's go look for a horse. I'm just looking at where everything is. And once we get the horse, I'm going to show you guys my favorite toy. Hey, we got a horse. We'll settle this horse, but we'll look for another horse. See if we can't find like a painted horse. There we go. Come on. Oh, I like this. This is fast. Actually, I think we're just gonna live with this horse. I say live with it. It's a nice horse. It's gonna help us go back and forth between here and the other place also. And then once I put the saddlebag on, it'll also have some storage on it. There we go. See how it has a little bit of storage. Let's put all these saplings in there. Yeah, definitely gonna have to extend this out. And then we'll probably have it like a 2 or 3 story house